So what happened, Luke? What happened?
Well, as you've seen, I am the first eliminated from
Right.
the island.
Right. Unfortunately. I mean, you went out there, you did your best. Where do you think you went wrong, or do you think it was really just out of your hands?
No, obviously, come on, that's not even a question, my man. Of course it went wrong by my choices, right? I put my ass in hot water right off the bat by making wrong decisions. One thing that should be known is there was a predetermined plan to take the highest low value case in the first grouping and then grab one out of the mid-level values or the high values because that was going to be enough juice to get it done. That was a predetermined plan by the whole group. But then when it came to go ahead and pick cases just to confirm with the group, they both clammed up. They didn't say anything. So I just went with the predetermined plan that put us in some hot water. Ultimately, it was my decision. I should have been quicker on my thinking and pivoted. I did not. So here we go. Here we are. So we were living hand to mouth from the word go.
Right. Do you regret putting yourself up there? And who do you think you would have picked if you did win and beat the banker? Who do you think you would have sent home?
Absolutely not. No, I wanted to be at the controls. Yeah, I wanted to be the one controlling my own destiny. The only worst outcome that could have happened last night is if I watched Seychelles or David up there and they sent me home.
Mhm.
One thing that wasn't seen on camera, that again, at no fault of production, etc., they can only be so many places at one time. But there was a handshake, a gentleman's handshake that first night between David and I. I told him, David, let me go against the banker. You withdraw, and I will send Seychelles home. We shook on that. Back home where I come from, that's a contract. That means something. At the end of the day, I have to return home and stand by my actions. So you better believe I was going to stand by that handshake. As a matter of fact, the next morning, Seychelles came to me and tried pleading the case because she found out I was going to be playing the banker. It was Sydney's choice. She tried pleading why David should be the one sent home. I told Seychelles she would be the one going home. That's why Seychelles may have even looked toxic at times. She's a New Yorker. The girl's she's a firecracker. I love it. She tells it like it is. There's some beauty with that. But that was also driven because she was told she was going to be sent home. I'd be pissed too.
Hmm. For sure. And what did you think about Sydney? Did you think she was kind of gloating with her win and, winning the first challenge, or was she being a little cocky, or was that just kind of how it was shown?
Yeah, no, let me put it this way. If we put all of the good things that happened in the first episode in an episode, we'd have a 6 hour cut. It doesn't work. So a lot of things were missing. There were some great qualities about Sydney, but there was also some things where it was cringy, where yeah, you saw the cringy parts. You didn't necessarily see some of the good parts of Sydney,
Hmm.
but yeah, I think she overestimated her value at times, but that was shown. I just wish they would have balanced it out a little bit by showing some of her good qualities.
For sure. Did you know who Parvati was before you got onto the island, and what was it like meeting her?
Not a clue, man. Not a clue. I didn't even know who Joe was. Somebody had to tell me who he was. I thought maybe he was just some guy they pulled out of the gym that wanted to make a couple bucks. He looked good in his suit. I don't know. But no, I had no clue who Parvati was. I don't watch reality TV. That really isn't my thing. Um, but I found out pretty quick afterwards.
For sure. We saw that on the show, Parvati was telling people that they were the first person to approach her. They were the first person to like say, "Oh, I know who you are." And she was kind of using that as a tool to get people to stop talking about how much experience she has. Did you kind of notice that?
No,
Okay. Okay. How did you get casted on this show?
yeah, so it's kind of funny. I had no interest in being on reality television. As a matter of fact, I don't even watch it. I have a private chef business, and a year ago, somebody found my Instagram account. They were a part of Gordon Ramsay's Next Level Chef. They found out about my story opening up a private chef business in the Northwoods. I'll cook in a lakeside cottage to a multi-million dollar mansion. I'm a self-trained chef. I don't have some elaborate fancy pedigree. Well, they liked that story. So I was casted to be on Gordon Ramsay's Next Level Chef. I was accepted to go on, and actually it was going to be in Ireland. I went ahead. I had so many dinner parties booked out. I talked to all of them. There was two parties that said, no, you're going to cook for us. You essentially signed a contract. So I had to pass on that. But my casting agent said, we're going to keep your profile. We'll get you on another show, champ. That wasn't going to happen. But to my surprise, it did.
And then here you are.
Here I am.
And
Yeah.
and did you watch Deal or No Deal back in the day? Did you see season one of this show? Like, what was your knowledge going into it?
Very little. I watched it when I was a kid with my parents, and then when I knew I was going to be on the show, I watched a couple of episodes when time allowed prior to leaving. But I really had to load up on the cooking prior to the show. I had to get more dinner parties out of the way, so I didn't have a lot of time to train.
For sure. So did you just do it for the money, for the experience? Like, what did you hope to get out of it?
Fuck the bucks. I was there for the experience. I don't care about that. Money doesn't equal tranquility. The experience, though, my goodness, what a blessing it was to be able to go on the show and just have that perspective in life, right? I'm a small town guy. I know just about everybody in this small town. It's a beautiful thing, but to a point, you're insulated, right? To go out and to see a different part of the world and see the beauty in a whole different setting was awesome. And just that perspective.
Hmm. Going back to the game, who do you want to see excel and move forward, and what do you think we can expect on the rest of the season?
You know, there's definitely some snakes on that island. I'll let you determine who they are, but it's not going to be too hard. I really like a straight talker. I like somebody that's going to be of his word and plays with a little bit of dignity. I see that in Rock. I really hope Rock does some damage. I also think David could be that guy. I'd like to see how David does. Maybe David does some damage. But those are the two. Those are the two dogs in the fight for me. Maybe Phillip, maybe Storm. But those are kind of secondary. Rock and David.
Got it. Well, thank you so much for your time, Luke. Sorry that you went home first, but it was nice to chat with you.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. All right, talk to you later. Bye.